meeting to order with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Have a seat. Proceed with roll call.
Ronald Knupp.
Present.
Kenneth Hall.
Present.
Bonnie Allman.
Here.
Trevor Stone.
Here.
Ronald Glassick.
Here.
Judith Haldeman.
Here.
Jason Donahue.
Here.
Mason Smolinak.
Here.
Julia Kutzler.
Here.
Mayor Anthony Pristash.
Present.
Thank you. Moving on to hearing of persons present. Step forward. State your name, address for the record.
Hi, I'm Pat Knopf. I'm sure everybody knows who I am. 1385 Stewart Street. I'm the manager of the Northampton Farmers Market. I just have a request. Can I please get some new signs? The Public Works guys they tried really hard to fix the signs last year, but they're falling apart, and the times have changed. Like, it doesn't even have to have dates. They don't have to have dates on them. If it just says Northampton Farmers Market, 3 to 6, Tuesdays 3 to 6. If I could just have even just one sign for out here. The one that's at the park is fine. Like, we can put up with that one. And maybe some yard signs that I can distribute around town and put in people's yards.
Question, if I may? Yeah?
Sure.
Is that all right? Do you have any idea of the price on them? I'm just
I have no
asking.
idea, because that was
Okay.
my other question, like, does anybody know where you
Well,
even
there's a
get
couple
them?
different printing companies that I know of.
I just had a sign made, a 30 by 24 is about $175. So I had a couple of them made recently, so that gives you a price range. How big
And the other ones
how
would
big are
just-
these signs do you need?
Well, one would probably be the one for down here would probably be that big.
Yeah.
On Lawbach, just so they know where to turn in. And then, like, yard signs, like the ones that politicians get made to put in yards, I don't know how much they are. But
Less than 20, I think.
$10 a piece,
Yeah.
literally.
How many of them are you looking for?
maybe like 15, so I could like spread them around town.
And then
be great to
the
have,
large
definitely.
size, do you know what the size is?
Like the election signs she's
Election
talking
sign.
about.
No, the large sign.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it was
Leroy, do you know how big
30 by
those-
24, 30 inch by 24 inch. So, you know,
Leroy, do you know how big those signs were that? they
Not
put-
right off the top of my
Yeah.
head. I'd have
I
to
mean, they don't
check
have to
with
be
Greg.
that big, just big enough so that people know when they're coming down Lawbach, like, where to turn in.
Right.
I'll check with Greg.
Okay,
We'll get you, if, stop in sometime, we'll
okay.
figure it out what it is you would need. We can scrape that out of we have a budget line for the farmer's market.
Okay, and I have one other question, because I keep getting asked this by new vendors. If they're licensed by the state, why do they have to be licensed by the borough?
Good question.
I don't know how to answer them. Like, they're all my food vendors are licensed by the state. My produce vendor who like sells baked goods is licensed by the state. I had someone selling wine there who was licensed by the PA, yeah, LCB. Like, if they're already licensed, why do they have to pay a $50 fee to get licensed by the borough?
why do you have to pay federal, state, and local tax?
No, I'm just, it's just a question
fair
that I
question.
keep getting asked and I don't know how to answer it, so.
The only explanation I could offer there is that is the only source of income that the borough has by sponsoring this event.
Okay.
For them to come here and sell their merchandise.
Okay,
And to let them come and do that and for us to get nothing at all.
well, you still get the
that's-
$165.
Well, as far as the baked goods, that's the Department of Agriculture that does that. Are you talking about the health license?
Yeah,
They're handling food,
but they're already licensed by the state. They already have a license for that. That's my question. And that's what they're asking, well, not my question, but that's what they're asking me. I'm already licensed by the state to do this. So why do I have to be licensed by the borough?
I'd have to refer this to the
Okay.
solicitor.
If it's an existing ordinance, then
you need to be in compliance with the ordinance, but we can take a look at that ordinance.
Okay.
Do you know if other farmers markets do it, like Emmaus and any of them? Did you ever check with them?
I did not.
If you wouldn't mind, maybe
Yeah, I can-
that'd be nice to
yep.
see if they do it. I know Bath has one, Emmaus has one.
I do not think, I'm pretty sure Bath doesn't, from what the girl told me that runs it,
Okay.
but I can double check. I can call, I can like message all the managers, because it's really easy. I have them all pulled up on my laptop at home.
Thank you for bringing that up, and
Yep.
I definitely wanna look at signage and stuff like that too. So Leroy, when you get that, I'd like to check with a couple different vendors that I know of.
Okay.
And
Okay,
Thank
thanks.
you.
Thank you,
I
Ms.
can get
Benoit.
pricing for you too, Lou, if you
Good.
need,
And I think those hard signs will be better than those banner signs, the material ones, because especially on windy days, they were like blowing out of whack, you can't even read what they're saying, so.
Okay.
We want the banners.
Moving on to item number 5 in the agenda,
Is there anybody else is hearing person?
resolution. Yeah, is that it? Is anyone out? Did you want to speak, sir?
No.
Oh, okay. I didn't want to leave you out. You didn't look like you wanted to speak. Resolution number 424.
At the last council meeting, I brought forward the recommendation that was overlooked for non-resident daily fees at the recreation center. The director had recommended it be set at $20 per day. The resolution that you have before you, there were only 3 changes made. The first is the number, which is 424. The second is the daily rate for non-residents, which is set at 20. And the, what's the word I'm looking for? The adoption date would be, it's listed here as the second, well, it shouldn't be the 2nd of January, it should be the 1st of February. Do you have that on the originals there before you? She had given three sets.
Yes.
On the very last page, what date does she have for the adoption?
The adoption, February 1.
Okay,
2024.
that was the 3rd change. Yeah, ignore that. That, on the ones that will be signed, it's listed as
Okay.
February 1st.
Okay. I have a motion to approve this resolution.
I'm sorry, I make a motion
Motion
to
made.
approve that request.
Motion made by Ms. Haldeman,
second.
second by Mr. Stone. Question? No question? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Consider the request of the Chamber of Commerce.
We have received a request from Chamber of Commerce to allow them to conduct their annual Uptown Street Fair on Saturday, September 14th, 2024.
Do I have a motion from council?
I make a motion to honor that request.
Second.
Motion made by Ms. Almond, second by Mr. Glassick. Do I have any questions? No questions, all in favor?
Aye.
The ayes have it. Consider the appointment to the Vacancy Board.
We have received an application from Ronald Spangler to fill the open seat on the Vacancy Board. He has served in this capacity for many years, and his 2-year term would expire on December 31st, 2025.
Do I have a motion to appoint Mr. Spangler?
Make that motion.
By Mr. Hall,
Second.
by Ms. Haldeman. Any questions? No questions, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Consider the request to plant a memorial tree.
We have received a request to plant a tree in one of the borough parks memorializing the untimely death of a 15-year-old man. Along with the tree, they would like to install a memorial plaque to honor this young man. I would recommend that their request be granted and that the Building, Land, and Recreation Committee determine an appropriate location and type of tree to be planted.
Who is the young man, Leroy?
Pardon me?
Who is the young man?
That 15-year-old that,
He belonged to my church.
well, his name,
Jacob?
Bob, Bob,
Yeah.
Coe?
Bob.
Just curious. Thank you.
Do I have a motion to allow this tree?
I make a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Okay,
We got three, everybody wants that one.
I got Mr. Cunham.
Oh, that's good.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Almond. Questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Okay, we're gonna now consider the request of the Northampton Kids Swim Club.
we have received a request from the Northampton Kids Swim Club for use of the Northampton Municipal Pool beginning in early June and ending the week of July 15th. They would be at the pool between 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. twice a week. They need a pool that is longer than 25 yards and aid the development of their long course swimmers. They would provide their own lane lines, lane line anchors, and lifeguards. They are willing to make a donation of $250 for the use of the pool, and this is similar to programs that operated in the past, and I would recommend that we approve it.
Make a motion to approve it.
By Mr. Glassick,
Second.
by Mr. Donahue. All those in favor? Question, I'm sorry.
Question, can we get more lifeguards out of it?
Very possible.
Well, that's what I would recommend, that we ask them, you know, even. 'cause we
I know
always
that
still run
I know several of the members of the team, and there are lifeguard potential there.
Please request that, I would ask.
Okay,
Will do.
Thank you.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Consider hiring the wastewater treatment plant employee.
Recently, former employee Michael Adams left his position as a certified operator trainee at the wastewater treatment plant. He left to pursue a calling of a higher purpose. He has since reconsidered and wishes to resume employment with the borough. He is here in attendance tonight if anyone would have any questions.
Thank you.
I've spoken with Scott, and he is most anxious to have him back.
Well, thank you. Do I have a motion to rehire Mr. Adams?
Make a motion.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Glassick, second by Ms. Haldeman. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Welcome back, Mr.
Welcome
Adams.
back.
When do you want
Thank
to
you.
start?
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow, whenever, I guess.
Monday.
Monday, that works.
Yeah, come and see me tomorrow.
Okay. Consider a retirement request.
This is getting to be a habit here. We have received a retirement request from Public Works employee Frank Winklebauer. It is his intention to retire on March 22nd, 2024, and he will be greatly missed.
What is the opinion of council?
Make a motion to accept his resignation.
Motion made by Ms. Almond. Do I have a second?
Second.
By Mr. Donahue. Any questions?
I do, but just curious, just how long was Mr. Winklebar employed by our borough? How many years has he been employed?
Let me see. Right off the top of my head, I don't know, but I know he was not there when I was still there, so
But it's been he's been.
Oh, he's been here about 15 years or
Okay.
so, at
Okay.
least, maybe more.
Thank you.
Good worker.
Seems that we're losing some very good long-term workers in the
Yeah, we
Public Works
are.
Department. Thank you.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Moving on to reports from committees, starting with Administration and Finance, Mr. Hall.
Thank you. Okay, we are in the process of arranging interviews to fill the position of bookkeeper in anticipation of Mary Ellen Handlin's retirement. We have received communication that from Eileen Eckert, the manager of Allen Township, stating the bridge closure at West Bulls Head Road will commence on February 25th, 2024, and will continue approximately March 7th, 2024. It has been delayed due to high stream conditions. As of close of business day, January 26th, we received $482,265.60 in garbage payments. And a report.
Thank you. Building, Land, and Recreation, Ms. Haldeman.
Sorry. Excuse me, sorry, thank you. Scheduling of appointments at the Rec Center for tax preparation began on Monday, January 29th, 2024. Mr. Brooks has received some preliminary inquiries regarding the rental of the band trailer. He has sent replies to those making the inquiries, telling them that the rental fee will not be waived. As of this date, none have replied. End of report, thank you.
Thank you. Code and Police, Mr. Stone.
Yes, thank you. The zoning hearing board will meet on Thursday, February 8th, 2024, to consider 3 separate appeals. Zoning officer Jerry Sorensis has been in contact with the residents in the area of Fifth Street, where the basement flooding had occurred. He has prepared an update outlining the steps he took and the apparent results that are still existing. Enclosed in your packet is the letter from Mr. Brooks, mailed to Adam Woodley regarding the train crossing at 10th and Main Street. As of date, he has not yet received response. Is that still true?
No, I did speak to him. The crossing is his, but he said that whenever they cross, they have somebody out to control traffic. The ones who do not are Norfolk Southern. So, I only talked to him, what's today? Thursday. I only talked to him on Tuesday. I haven't had a chance to go after Norfolk Southern, but I have a feeling that will be pointless.
All right, so is Norfolk the ones that are blowing the horn then?
They're the ones who are coming across without a flare man or a flag man.
Okay, all right, thank you. Additional civil service applications had to be prepared. Apparently an entry-level position is more attractive at this time than the last time we had it offered in opening. End of report.
Thank you.
Can I make a correction? Only because if you read in the letter, it says, in the packet here, it says February 25th, and the note from, if you read the letter is February 5th. So I read
Would be a
what was
typo?
in the packet is a typo, and so it will go February 5th. It will commence to March 7th. They pushed it back a week. It was supposed to be the 29th of January. Brought to my attention, but I knew it, but in the back of my head, I read what was here, and it was, okay, so it's to close next week, starting the 5th, instead of this past Monday.
Thank you.
Good catch.
Fire and Health, Mrs. Almond.
Thank you, Madam President. A Board of Health meeting was held on Tuesday, January 30th at 7 p.m. Fire Chief Keith Knobloch reported that the brakes on the new command unit have not been working properly. The problem has been referred to the borough mechanic. And if I could add a third item here, the firehouse generator is not working currently. Parts are on back order with one of the vendors, and there are other suppliers being sought to see if there are parts available to fix that now. End of report.
Thank you. Public Works and Sewer, Mr. Glassick.
Thank you. The replacement of the broken sewer line on Railroad Street has been completed. We have recently learned that our plan to buy a bucket truck from CoStar vendor has been abandoned because the product that they are offered was a compensate not allowed under the CoStar agreement. This was discovered following diligent research by the solicitor.
Thank you.
Interviews have been scheduled in order to hire 3 employees for the Public Works Department. End of report.
Thank you, Mr. Glassick. We'll move on to reports from committees, beginning with, reports from council members, beginning with Mr. Hall.
Happy Groundhog Day coming up tomorrow. Other than that, I have nothing. Stopped by the bridge project this afternoon, just a warm day, I could stop and look what's going on there. They're commencing a little bit with what they can when they don't have the flood water coming up over their dams. But hopefully that can progress and the weather gets warmer and we can proceed. That's all I have in the report.
Thank you. Mr. Stone.
Yes, thank you. Congratulations to Michael Adams. Welcome back. The street light at 414 McKeever Lane. I remember Councilman had, Donna, you had reported that it wasn't working. It still wasn't working as of Monday. And in the beginning, it would work 1 or 2 days out of the week, and then it just stopped working. So I put a call into PPL on Monday. They gave me the whole 3 business days that they would visit it. Today it seems to be working, but I don't know if it's just working or if they actually fixed it. So I'm not ready to claim victory just yet, but as of today, it works. Brian, your software update, I think it's a great idea. The GoGov idea. I'm actually looking forward to seeing it on next meeting's agenda. I believe that's it. I yield back the balance of my time.
Thank you.
Some things were better left dead, but okay.
I couldn't resist.
I know you could, Trevor.
Ms. Holloman.
Thank you. Welcome, Mr. Adams. We're happy to have you back, and we're glad to see that you want to come back. So that says something very positive about our borough and a place to work, too. So thank you. I just, I don't have anything either other than I observed that PP&L was at 21st in Maine yesterday. I was very excited to see that. They were taking a look at the pole that had been sheared off in an accident several months ago, I believe. We'll hope that the individuals, of which there were about 8 standing around, will come back and continue to work on that project, so we have replacement pole there. And other than that, I just want to again give kudos to our public works staff. With the snow that we had, they were out and plowing, and in my opinion, looking like they were keeping our streets pretty clean. So, thank you to them, as usual, for all their time and abilities, and that's it. I, too, am done. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Allen.
Thank you. Congratulations, Mr. Adams, and if you have any friends that are willing to work, bring them along. I would like to follow up on Joshua Zellers, who was one of the persons speaking at our last meeting and inquired about the boat ramp. Was there any consideration taken?
Not at this point yet, no.
Are we going to? Is it something that needs to go on the agenda and have council approve?
If you want it opened up, all you gotta do is say so.
He gave me a call, and we're gonna go down next week on his day off.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody wants to join me, Lever, or whoever, please, absolutely come along.
Okay. And then you'll give a report back if we're opening? Okay. And I want to thank you for getting that letter to Mr. Horwath and for his response. Unfortunately, it doesn't sound like you said Norfolk Southern will do anything, but can we attempt?
I could send them a
Let them
letter, and I will. I'll send them the same format that I used with Adam.
Could we ask for the corrective action that they plan on putting in place as well?
I can ask that, yes.
Okay, thank you. End of report.
Thank you. Mr. Donahue.
Thank you. The only thing I have is I will keep up to date with your light there because the gentleman's house it is, I work with him. That's how I knew about it, so.
Today it works. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, I know. I heard the whole thing, so.
I'm gonna keep an eye on it every day. I mean, if it works 2 days in a row, I'm gonna say it works.
He
Because
said it seems to work when it rains more often, it works better, but
once or twice a week, but the last couple of weeks it hasn't rained, so.
Yeah,
I mean, it hasn't before.
that's all I have in my report. Thank you.
That's it. Thank you. Mr. Glassick.
Thank you. Thank you for bringing this up about the farmer's market. I know we have to start now because if we wait too long, it'll be already in season, we still won't have them. So thank you for bringing that to our attention, and we'll do our part and let us know what you can do. Welcome back, Michael. Thank you for coming back. You know, appreciate you doing that, and we definitely need the help at the sewer plant, so your expertise and knowledge will help us length. I did ask if we could have the number of live streaming and viewed on this report. Do you know if you had a chance to get that or followed up on that? But we can do it in the future. I'd like to get those numbers. The rec center electronic sign does not still work. Do you know what the status is on that, Leroy?
I know that Jason, I know that Jason, it is Jason. Jason Kramer has been in contact with Stewart Signs. They have, when we bought the sign from them, we also bought, the Water Authority bought a sign from them, and the Community Center bought a sign from them. They were wonderful in the beginning. They are no longer wonderful. They sent a kit up last time that one of our Public Works people installed on it. It worked for a while, and now it seems to be on the fritz again. I'm unsure if Stewart Signs is very anxious to help us out.
Again, I'll resource to, see if we can get any assistance from our media coverage people and just put a little note out there, that the boroughs are still where our communities, thrive and try to grow. And if we're not getting the support from companies that we do business with, we'll see if we have to take it to more of a social media type. And I think we have a lot of issues that we could do that, from lighting to sidewalks to curbing and anything else. But I guess you would maybe send them a letter and see where we can go. Just to let you know that do we still have an open position at the NBMA board for the Water Authority? Nobody came forward, Leroy?
Not yet.
Okay. That's just a public request that we do have an opening on our board. We look for people in our town to sit on the Northampton Water Authority. If you would be interested in, like, to put an application in, or, we'd really appreciate it. That's, again, getting involved in your borough. You don't realize the Water Authority, the treatment plant that we do, and how much that kind of stuff is just taken for granted. So please get involved with our borough and see if you would be interested in serving on our board. We also met with the Public Works Manager and the Sewer Water Manager last week. Had, again, with one of them, Greg Morey, retiring, we need to use his expertise and get as much information as we can from him in the next 3 months. So we have had our first meeting, and we're going to plan on doing a monthly meeting until his exit interview. So that's the end of my report. Thank you.
Thank you for that update. Mr. Knopf?
Oh, congratulations, back for your job. And my wife, Mrs. Knopf, we're sure we'll make a dent in your signs and get things moving at the farmer's market. Other than that, Newport is doing okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Mason?
Just one thing for me. We're going to be moving shortly into the second cohort of Hometown Heroes banners. So at the next meeting, we should be into that, and I'm hoping to bring a finalized template of what the banners will look like when they're posted on social media by the next meeting.
Well, thank you.
End of report.
Mr. Mayor?
Thank you. To piggyback on Councilwoman Haldeman with the street crew, along with the snow, they've been doing a wonderful job in town. Believe it or not, with the potholes we have sustained during this period, there were a couple that I know people have lost shock absorbers and tires on. So Greg and the crew have been doing the best they could with the cold patch on top of taking care of the snow. Fortunately, the rest of the winter looks like it's going to be mild, so we should bank some of our snow pile and keep the overtime down there. If you see one of our bike patrolmen zipping by a little faster than the other bike patrolmen, it's because we've had an e-bike donated by Keystone Harley Davidson over on Eberhart Road. Thanks to Officer Denny Smith for the effort he put in to do that with the help of the chief. And we're looking to see how that works out and to move ahead with the e-bikes if it's feasible. So the guys are looking closely at how it would work with the current system and see what the overall cost would be, maintenance, et cetera, before we go any further forward with it. So thank you, Keystone Harley Davidson. We appreciate the e-bike. If you've been looking at the papers lately, I've been keeping a close eye on the Catasauqua police story and what's happening over there with the overtime policy and procedures. I can tell you one thing, after talking with the chief yesterday, we've reviewed that article and the things that have come out in the news about it, and I have to say and assure everyone that our police department is in fine shape. Our policy and procedures are up to date. The chief has been doing a wonderful job through the years, not just recently, of maintaining great morale, great policy and procedures, application, and also making sure that we have a very cohesive and lively police force helping each other. I know there's a great camaraderie over there that translates to the public. And it does start at the top, Chief Gadango, Sergeant Buchanan, our detectives, and the force working together. We are looking to do more this year as the police force. I'm looking at a national night out in August, and of course the mayor's bike run in June. So we want to keep the police out in the public and making sure that, especially our youth, are comfortable to know that if there's a problem, they can go to our police force and have a friend there to keep them safe and return them home if there's a problem. So whatever you read about Catasauqua, know that Northampton is a 180. I wish Catasauqua all the best. I know there are a lot of fine people that live there and deserve the best services they can have. And just know, council and the Borough of Northampton, that our police force is in fantastic shape and will continue to serve. Thank you very much, Ken.
Thank you. I would like to add or ask, what is the status of the civil service test? How are we proceeding with that? Would you like to answer, Bonnie, or the mayor, either one of you?
I don't know how many went out. Chief, do you know?
Right now, I believe there's 11 out, but we still have the end due date will be the 12th, and then we would have to, obviously, for the testing facility, come up with the number of applicants and proceed from there. We won't know anything until we have a final number to present, and how far. The number also determines how quickly we can move forward with testing.
The good news is that we needed to make extra applications because the first round went off very, very quickly.
Nice job. Thank you, Councilwoman.
I really like that we are now operating with only one part-time officer.
And guess who he is?
I think sometimes that's where police departments get into trouble,
I agree.
because the day of the part-timer is over. The part-timer has to work other jobs, not always available. And I frankly spoke with Chief Kish the other day, and he was working a 4 to 12 shift. They couldn't get a part-timer to work. But our department is solid, you're right. It's under great leadership, we're doing well, and we don't have those issues.
And
And that's all because of the leadership of that department.
let me just add that it is because of the proper staffing that the overtime problem is not a problem here, because we have the proper staffing, and we don't need the overtime. So
Right.
thank you, council, for that also. So we'll
Yeah.
keep working smart.
That's
So,
right.
Thank you.
Also, the boat ramp. The reason that boat ramp was shut quite a while ago, and Mr. Donahue, Mr. Knuff can attest to this, there was a huge problem in that park. Huge. And for years, we dealt with that, till we had to close the park. We didn't do it because it was like, oh, we had to close it because of a problem. So now I'm saying, if we open the boat ramp, are we gonna open the park? These are rhetorical. And how will we proceed with that? Those are things I want you to think about. We were literally getting buses coming in from all over using that park and that boat ramp. Now, I'm not against fishermen. I'm not against any of that. I'm just saying, how are we gonna handle this if we open it? And that's what I just want you to think about. Because it was ugly. He was ugly. So, that's the end of my report. Okay, so I guess we'll get approval to pay the bills.
I have something.
Oh, I forgot about Leroy. I always forget about
Forgive me,
him.
I'm right here.
I know.
There's 13A
It just is-
announcements. There's no number 13A for announcements.
One item, the PSAB conference will be held on June 2nd through June the 5th. Reservations are now open, both for attending the conference and for hotel reservations. The sooner, if you're planning on going, the sooner you let me know, the sooner we can get everybody registered and get them into a room so that we don't have a problem like we had 2 years ago. So if you are going, the borough pays your way. If your spouse or companion is going along, that's up to you to pay. It's a very good event, very helpful.
Very helpful.
So just let me know if you want to go, and the sooner the better. That's it, I'm done.
That's it.
Yeah, huh?
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Can we get approval to pay the bills?
Trevor.
Nobody wants to
I
pay the
make a
bills?
motion to pay the bills that are outstanding.
Okay.
Second.
Mr. Stone, second by Arman. Any questions?
Questions?
Go ahead, Mr. Glassick.
Leroy, for the American rock salt, are we over budget? Are we under? We only had 2 storms, I believe, that we used it, or
No, we're committed to.
so much, yeah.
Yeah, let me see. We have to buy at least 300 ton, and we can get as much as,
So the $11,000 bill or almost 12,000, is that a required bill that we had to buy this year?
no, we're all right. We'll probably get some more yet before the season's over.
Okay. On page 2, the Force One auto body and towing, what was that $18,000 repair?
Oh, that was the car that was damaged in an accident. We received a insurance settlement of $17,000 on that, so we didn't have to pay that out of pocket.
Okay. The defective thermostat, where was that for? That was $500 for a thermostat.
Yeah,
Hope's Heating and Cooling,
that was at the fire station.
okay. On page 3, that Michael Baker, didn't they do the talk about the rail trail and all that kind of stuff?
Yep.
We have to pay for that? I thought that was part of the county.
We get a grant back on that.
Oh, we do?
Yeah.
Okay, so that'll be reimbursed to us?
Yeah, we have to pay it up front, and then we submit paperwork to the county to get the money back.
And then on page 5, I can't believe, do we actually have judges for sludge? Because it says sludge judge? So there's a judge that.
No, that is the name of a piece of equipment.
Okay, good to know. I didn't think we paid $500 to somebody for us being a judge.
No,
for
we get
sludge.
Brian Pinella, he come in for free.
End of my questions. Thank you.
Oh, gracious. Any other questions?
Mr. Glassick asked mine, so thank you very much. I
The
have none.
sludge judge you were worried
No, that
about?
was not mine. Mine was in regard to the A1, the $18,000 car repair one. Thank you.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
Motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn by Mr. Hall. Good.
Second.
Second by Mr. Donahue. Question? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
Madam Council President,